Okay, so we have this yikes of a stream here. What's up, Clutch? So my idea behind this is like, yeah, hello, YT level 1000. That's me. Oh, that's a big yikes. I forgot to go and like clip that from the stream the other day. Like, I guess whatever. Another topic, another day. Okay, so my idea behind this stream is just the fact that number one, I can't script videos. I will like lose my train of thought like more than I will in like an actual live stream. Like, I don't know. I can't make videos when I'm just like talking into a mic, not talking to anyone. So it's like my idea is for this stream to just kind of go ahead, get my audio here. What's up, King Free? What's up, Spartan? Maybe bounce some ideas. Anyways, yeah. Maybe bounce some ideas off of what I've got here. So, for this, we got some background music. Some good memes. So if this does somewhat okay, then maybe I'll make this into an actual video and actually have B-roll footage of like all the maps and whatever. That's going to be a yikes to go and get gameplay footage for just some of the stuff that I don't actually have footage for. But anyways, different story for a different day. If this does well, I might actually make this into a video. So what we're going to be doing, we are ranking every single... We don't have it set up in the tier list setup. We have it set up in like the old format. Because this was kind of a working list that I've had since Tagger Toten dropped. So, we have a total of 91 maps to rank here. And this pretty much includes everything from all three devs, all modes, whatever. So like Grief Turned, all that's included, Gauntlet, Rush. All versions of the map, so like if like all the original plus the remakes, all those are counted separate. Now some of them it makes a difference, some of it doesn't. So I just kind of decided to include everything. The only things that really aren't included here are going to be the BO4 tutorial, and then other things like, you know, COD Mobile, that's not included, or COD Online, that's not included, because obviously omegalul, I don't have those, and it doesn't exist anymore for COD Mobile. Imagine. Doesn't even exist anymore. So I guess, if anything, the BO4 thing gets a dishonorable mention as the technical 90-second spot, I guess. Because, like, why? Oh, that's a big oof there. So, anyways, I suppose we can go ahead and get right on into this. Oh, how I'm kind of determining this. So a lot of this is kind of ranked. This is really not necessarily including the Easter egg. This is basically just gameplay stuff. Like, I might say something about the Easter egg, but like for the most part the Easter egg is like not in this. So like, if you're kind of wondering, probably like Blood of the Dead, for example. Like, I'm not going to drag Blood of the Dead down lower than it deserves, because we're pretty much excluding the Easter egg from that map. If that kind of makes sense. So, for some rankings, that'll kind of somewhat make sense. And a lot of this is solo. Maybe some of it'll be public matches, but most of it's going to be solo. So, going ahead, getting on here. The number 91 and the number 90 spot, I really didn't know where to put them, but I just put the turned maps here, because number one, like, who plays turned? omegalul, so 91, I have the burrow turned, and then 90, I have the diner turned. Which, like, burrow just kind of... You spend more time looking for the person than actually doing anything, so, like, diner makes more sense with it being, like, kind of small, so... Really, I think diner works better than burrow. But imagine, they're literally just the turned maps. Like, I'm pretty sure they just completely kill your KD, because, like, KD really matters, and BO2 zombies, but like I'm pretty sure whenever you switch over, it counts as a down and a death. So that's a good meme. Yeah, I'm not an Easter egg person, so level 1000, that's a good meme. So, getting into number 89 spot, which is going to be the worst, I guess, technical map, which is going to be the Tortured Path. And this is the game mode itself. This is not including the survival maps. The survival maps are individually ranked, and they're further up in the list. This is talking about the game mode itself. So the tortured path, like, why? Let's go ahead and start with the engineered parts. Okay, so the reward for doing the tortured path is you get an engineered parts for every single weapon. But, like, they don't do anything. Number one, they are the tortured path exclusive, so, like, it would make sense if it was, like, maybe the arcane cores or something like that, where if you played the tortured path, then all of your weapons would get, like, a damage buff that kind of went throughout all of the maps. But no, it's just the tortured path, and, like, it doesn't even make any difference, because if you get to level 50, you already have the damage boost of 200% anyway, so it's like, what does the engineered parts do? Pretty much nothing. Like, I don't get it. I don't know why it exists. The fact that you have to go back into the lobby and then go back into the next map is terrible. Apparently there's an Easter egg in all of them. That's a good meme. And it's just, I'm so glad that they just kind of reverted the whole thing to where you don't have to do the Easter eggs to actually unlock the survival maps anymore. That would have been a nightmare. Because, yeah, that is actually such a yikes. So, next map, sticking with some World War II, The Darkest Shore, number 88. So, obviously, the fog, the moisture mooshlers, whatever they're called, I don't even know. It's a good meme. The entire map, just fog, but not like transit fog, it's like lie. Good memes, whistlings ruin everything, so let's just have whistlings and fog and whatever. The ripsaw is pretty cool. That's all I can really say about The Darkest Shore, but it's like, okay, the ripsaw is on the survival maps and it's better on them anyways, but good memes. Number 87, we've got Infection or Burger Town. Good memes. I kind of played this a little while ago, like, AW zombies not really my strong point, but the amount of just stuff that you have to do in the first beginning rounds and whatever, like, literally imagine, we're not even going to talk about the wonder weapon being the worst wonder weapon at all, but, like, yeah, let's just make an area where it just blocks off, like, half of the map for, like, every single round. Survivor rounds, those are a good meme. Goliath, that's a good meme. Let's have something that can, let's have EMZs, but they can just disable your exo from range. Absolute yikage there. Next here we got Last Gen Shadows of Evil. So, yes, we are including the Last Gen versions as well in all this. So number 86, we have Last Gen Shadows of Evil. That is actually a yikes, though. It's not about the graphics. So the thing about the Last Gen maps, it's not about the graphics, it's how the game plays. So with Last Gen Shadows of Evil, it's pre-patch. And with it being pre-patch, you know, that just means that the zombies will not just even you blink and you will get hit 5 times. Obviously some of the old stuff, and it's kind of just patched enough to where it's like some of the stuff just doesn't work. Like, I mean, at least Deadwire still works. You still got kind of pre-patch like Blast Furnace Haymaker, so like Blast Furnace is still pre-patched. That's okay. But it's just patched enough so that the upgraded Apothecant Servant doesn't work anymore, so rip that. But the main problem is just the fact that it's pre-patched. And also, the Civil Protector does not slam down on the Margwas to insta-kill them on Last Gen, so that's kind of another thing. You actually have to deal with the Panzers, yes, Panzers on Shadows of Evil, you know what I mean. See, we're already dipping. We're already dipping to the insanity of I don't know what I'm talking about. And we're only like, what, 5 maps in? Omegalul. Okay. Collect myself here. How's the stream doing? Good memes. I can't really, like... Let me try to get it so that I can actually, like, see chat and see my list at the same time. That's probably something that I should have been doing from the beginning here. Yes, Panzer on Shadows of Evil. I can't think of what the... Imagine, what is the name for the Margwa? See, I know what I'm talking about, right? I totally know what I'm talking about. I'm totally qualified to do this. Anyways, though, while we're here, how's the stream right now? Is the audio good? Is the music too loud, too quiet? Am I too loud? Loud equals funny. I don't have the lung capacity for this. Oh yeah, the Marg was... I can't remember. Like, I'm pretty sure that their post-patch Marg was on last gen. I'm pretty sure that the Marg was do open 2 mouths at once on last gen. I can't really remember, though. But that's all. That's another thing. And then, obviously, the whole thing. Yeah, good Dempsey looking great. There we go. So where are we? So, number 85, we have the Voyage of Despair Hard Gauntlet. It's like, why does this exist? Like, literally imagine who cares? Like, congratulations, you get a sticker. Woo. Imagine. Your reward for doing this hard gauntlet is a sticker. Like, gauntlets themselves have, like, 0 replayability, and it's just super annoying whenever you get the touring gauntlet as them. It's literally just like, why? Why do gauntlets exist? But, Voyage of Despair, number 1, it's Voyage. Number 2, you know, Essex 3 times. Let's get an Essex on round 27. That's a huge clap there. So, sticking with another gauntlet, we have the Dead of the Night Gauntlet. The gauntlet that forces you to, pull up 2 tutorials. One for the steak knife, and one for the, Savage Impaler. So that's a cool meme, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone likes doing that. You better hope that you don't do the thing wrong, right? Because I'm pretty sure you only get like 1 shot at the tiles, and then it's just like gone forever. So it's like, I'm pretty sure if you screw up once, it's over. So yeah. Number 83, we have Cell Block Grief, and I know I just triggered a whole bunch of griefers that actually, like, sweat while they play Grief. I'm not a Grief sweat, so, like, pretty much, I don't know, I kind of feel unfair for, like, unfair to the Grief maps for kind of ranking them this low. Like, I didn't want to, like, rank every single Grief map so low just because I don't play Grief that much, but it's like, I don't know, Cell Block is one of those things where it's like you either like it or you hate it. I'm kind of in the boat of hating it just because everyone that plays it is a complete sweat. And I literally roll my eyes so hard every time I see some clip of somebody just like with MP5 and just like, you know, like training, like sweating their heart out and like putting themselves in situations where they shouldn't have been in to begin with, just to kind of like prove to what they can do as they're like, if you want to get better at training, sure, it's a good map, but it's like, I literally roll my eyes so hard whenever somebody does that. Or it's like, whenever I look at the clips of Greg, because I go through the clips with Greg whenever he does that series on his channel, so like, whenever a clip like that kind of appears, I literally roll my eyes so hard whenever it's like, they're purposefully doing it. Like, there's a difference between a clutch and some kind of situation that you put yourself in. Yeah, I know it has PhD in it. But yeah, there's that. Number 82, we got Bus Depot Survival. Not really much to say about it. It's just a simple survival map. It's just the worst of the survival maps. I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just there, right? Like, cool. Okay. Number 81, we have the Voyage of Despair Gauntlet just as is. You know, it's whatever. We've already talked about the Essex whenever it comes to the hard gauntlet. And then you have the one AAT round or whatever. It's like nobody understood what that meant at the beginning. Really, half the people still don't understand what it means. But, like, why? Oh yeah, and then you have the one round where it just makes you, like, drop everything and restarts you with your loadout from round 1. That's a good meme. But yeah. Voyage of Despair Gauntlet, that's a yikes. Number 80, we have Prologue from Groston House, World War II. So I did manage to break these up into just regular Groston House and the Prologue. they are a little bit different. So the prologue is worse than the actual Groston House because number one, you know, it's just set up and bad jump scare like good memes. It served its purpose to kind of introduce the player to World War II, but other than that, it doesn't really do anything. Like, yeah, you have the box. You can unlock the box like normal Groston House, but the Pack-a-Punch thing doesn't work. You only have quick revives, so that's it. There's no other perks. It's just a simple survival map that just kind of introduced the player to World War II. But other than that, it doesn't really serve that much of a purpose other than the fact that it was just recently added to ZWR for leaderboards, I suppose. Number 79, we have Shinonuma, the Chronicles version of Shinonuma. And this is terrible. If you've heard any of my streams, you know how much I hate this map. On the BO, I think BO3 just completely ruined it. Like, cool, right? There's a Wonder Fizz. Okay, who cares? So, good memes. You might submit one so I can see roll your eyes. That's a big oof. But yeah, the mud on this game, or the water, it just completely ruins it. It's like, literally, it stops you in your tracks. You pretty much can't even train in the map. Like, I kind of feel the same way about kind of most of the Chronicles maps. Like, really, there's only about like 2, maybe 3 good Chronicles maps. Quote-unquote good Chronicles maps. But yeah, Shinonuma is just the worst Chronicles map. It is the worst map on BO3. By far. But, alright, number 78, we have Die Rise. Yeah. People that like Die Rise, they like speedrunning it. They like it for speedrunning the Easter egg, because they can complete it in like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, what, it's down to like 3 minutes now? Well, we're not talking about the Easter egg, are we? No. So, literally imagine just the entire game, you're just waiting on elevators. Every time you Pack-a-Punch, you run the risk of just the elevator leaving on you. I mean, obviously, there's ways to, like, know and stuff like that, but it's like... we're not even going to talk about, like, you know, the whole thing with PhD not being on the map, but it's like, why? We're not going to talk about who's who. Like, whatever. Oh, speak of the devil. Look at the song that we have. So, yeah, that's a good meme, isn't it? Number 77, we have the Dead of the Night Rush. And really, I think I played this once. I think I played the rush of this once. But, Crimson Nosferatus is all I'm going to say. Regular Nosferatus. Because remember, this is Rush, where it's on a 3-hit system. So, that's a good meme. Rush is only in 3 hits, so yikes to that. Nosferatus on a 3-hit system. That's a no from me. Number 76, we have Altar of Blood, which is the 3rd survival map on World War II. I really dislike this one compared to the other 2. But, like, I don't know. I can't really even... I don't know why I just dislike this one compared to the other 2. It's like, it's not even really something that's like... I don't know. Yeah, yikes. Oh yeah, Johnny J is crying right now. Absolutely. I don't know. I guess we can go back to Die Rise for a second, but it's like, it's not good, it's not entertaining, it's not fun. Like, okay, you can just sit in, you know, sit in an elevator shaft for 100 rounds and just spam one button. Cool. Cool. That's not how I play. I don't like it. I don't like playing like that. I don't care about high rounds, I don't care about it. But, yeah. Where were we? Altar of Blood, yes. So, like, there's nothing really wrong with Altar of Blood. Like, it's got an okay box location, you know, it plays the exact same as the other maps. It has whistling, so that's a good meme. I believe it does have another Panzer wannabe Brenner as the round 10 and round 20, round 30. Just as Bodega. Like, it even has a trap in a pretty good location. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the map. I don't understand. I just don't like it. So, like, that is, like, completely opinionated right there. So, good memes there. Number 75, we have Nocturne Totem on BO3. This is the map where it just completely lost. It's like, why? Again, why does it exist? 5 better be number 1. Yeah, that's a no. BO3 just kind of stripped Nocturne Totem of what it was. Like, people will say, oh yeah, it's better. I can actually play Noct now because I can just pop a Perkaholic. Wow. No. Like, whenever you add the Wonder Fizz, whenever you add Gobblegums, he just kind of takes away from what Noct was, and it's just literally that simple survival map. So it's like, whenever you add Pack-a-Punch, whenever you add Perkaholic, just kind of takes away from what Noct was meant to be, and it's just why. So yeah. Next up, we have World at War Verruct, and then I also have BO1 Verruct right here as well. So I put the World at War Verruct just below BO1 Verruct. There's not really much of a difference between the two other than just the zombies' movement and the ability to just get stuck on them. Yeah, sure. Whenever you do get the World at War Jug Glitch, it's pretty good. A good meme, isn't it? But I will say that the Black Ops 1 version is just a tad bit better. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about it. It's just Verruct. Like, you either love it or you hate it. Number 72, we got the Voyage of Despair Rush. Again, why does Rush exist? Number 71, Ancient Evil Rush. Why does Rush exist? Number 70, we have the Black Ops 3 version of Verruct. I feel like, of anything, this is probably the one map that does kind of, you know, benefit from actually being on Chronicles, because instead of having the Winter's Howl, you have the Wonderwaff, which is, you know, actually useful. So you have something that can actually kill above, like, 30 besides just running traps. So, of anything, Black Ops 3 Verruct is a little bit better than the other two. Number 69, good memes. We have the Tagger Totem Rush. Again, why does Rush exist? I really kind of feel bad for just kind of putting Rush here, but there's really only one Rush map that I think is okay, and it's really only okay if you just don't play it how Rush is meant to be played. Yeah, Gobblegums took away from all the World at War Chronicles map. It's pretty much. So, number 68, we have the Black Ops 1 version of Noct. A little bit worse than the World at War version, but I kind of feel like the Black Ops 1 Noct is probably the hardest to actually go for the high rounds, because obviously, World at War, yeah, you can easily get stuck on anything, but it's like, as long as you keep moving, the zombies just can't hit you, while Black Ops 1, you can just as easily get double smacked in round 1 or round 50. Doesn't really matter. Number 67 and number 66, we have Farm Grief and Farm Survival. Farm Grief, it's just, I don't know. If you're playing Grief, pretty much you're going to be playing it on Town, or maybe if you actually like Cell Block, on Cell Block. Grief is just kind of there for Farm. And then Farm Survival, that's a yikes. If you've seen the ray gun video, that was a yikes whenever we were just doing that, and that's kind of the bias kicking in right here. But again, just kind of a simple survival map, just with perks and no Pack-a-Punch. It's just kind of there to not give you a ray gun after like 2 hours or 5 hours for Greg. So that's cool. Number 65, we have the World at War version of Nocturne Totem, the OG version, the better version of the three. You know, but still, can't really put it that much higher, just because, you know, it's the first map. Like, I'm not gonna give it that first map. Yeah, sound glitch included, but. So, I'm not going to give it that first map privilege. Like, we're not going to do that. It's still just a basic survival map, but, you know, you have your ways of getting to high rounds using flamethrower and all that. As long as you keep moving, zombies can never hit you, and it can be fun to keep going back to it every so often. But, really, it is still just a basic survival map. Number 64, we have the Beast from Beyond. And yes, it is this low because, like, we are not caring about the Mephistopheles. We're not caring about the Easter egg. We're not even talking about the Easter egg here. What about the BO2 transit knock? No, because it's part of transit. We're not doing that. So, the Beast from Beyond, the map itself, it ruined the cryptids. Kryptons just don't work in a zombies. Just in a situation of zombies, it just doesn't work. The map itself is like really bland. Just, you know, the whole culmination of everything, good memes, it didn't work. The map was pretty much centered around the Easter egg, but whenever you break it down and like actually look at the map itself, it's like you can't play the map without director's cut. It's just that bad that you literally can't play the map without director's cut. So number 63 here, we got the Frozen Dawn, just a little bit better than Beast. And like, I understand there's a lot of people that somewhat think that this is probably the easiest map in all. Like, you can literally just get the hammer and just press one button and get to high round, but cool, that's a good meme. Now, it could just be me not knowing how to make any of the upgrades for anything, because I haven't been bothered with the Frozen Dawn. But like, that's a good meme, is it not? Like, cool, press one button. Other than that, the map, like, sure, it's got a semi-simple pack-a-punch. It's kind of like a Derice pack-a-punch type thing. Take 3 teleporters and then you can, I don't know, whatever. Frozen Dawn, probably my least played World War II map. Aside from, you know, whenever it comes to World War II, I pretty much only play like 2 maps. Or 3 maps. Oh yeah, PS4 jet engine intensifies, that's a good meme, isn't it? You can probably definitely hear that. Alright, number 62, we got Alpha Omegalul, and since we're talking in mainly a solo situation, this is why this is that low. We're not caring about the Easter egg, we're not caring about Rushmore, none of that. Break down the map, it's not that good. The Nova Crawlers ruin it. Like, whatever, you got the ray guns. Original. Very original, am I right? But yeah, the Nova Crawlers just completely ruin the map. Pack-a-Punch ruins the map. It's terrible whenever you're just playing it in solo. Don't even ask me about that Pack-a-Punch challenge. That's never going to happen. Absolutely not. Alright. Oh yeah, my voice is going to get copyrighted for sure. This is going well, isn't it, right? This is going so well. Yeah, Jake, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, 9 Pack-a-Punch challenge. How about nope? Okay, where are we? We are on number 61 here. We have Burrow Grief. Really, this is kind of another just kind of lackluster grief. I don't know, I don't like this one because, number one, the Paralyzer exists, and, like, the couple of games that I have played of grief on this map, whenever the playlist wasn't completely dead, there's a glitch that exists with the Paralyzer. It's not the tree glitch, but, like, all the Paralyzer, or there's a Paralyzer glitch that's above Quick Revive that you can, you know, get into. I believe the Courthouse glitch still exists, where you can just wall breach with a Trample Steam. It's just a very glitchy map. So it's like, most of the time you'll find somebody that's out in a glitch, or the guy with a Paralyzer is literally just sitting above Quick Revive. Had that happen before. It's a good meme that you can glitch back to the spawn room at times, but other than that, that is an absolute yikage. And I believe the only grief map left is Town. Okay, number 60, we have Groston House, just the normal one. I was kind of turned off of this one to begin with, but now that all of the DLC weapons in World War II, it kind of makes it kind of, you know, playable now. Like, my main problem with World War II at the start was just how bland the weapons were. It just kind of made the maps just not fun, but now at least there's some DLC weapons in the game that can do some damage. So that kind of changed my mind on how I think about Groston House, but it is still just kind of a basic survival map. Yes, it's better than Prologue, because on top of the mystery box being available, you can do the little Easter egg to get the Pack-a-Punch, or get Pack-a-Punch open, or Not technically Pack-a-Punch yet. That's a big oof. Yeah, Tim uploaded a grief video. Oh my god, stop copying. The other thing about the prologue version is that there are no drops. So, like, yes, you can get Jack-in-the-Box, but you can never get more Jack-in-the-Boxes. So, like, once you use up your 3 Jack-in-the-Box, they're gone forever. So, that's a yikes as well. Alright, number 59, we have Outbreak. I don't know, everyone wants to say that this is the best map on AW Zombies just because it's a simple map. I don't know. That's an absolute yikes. Like, you know, that's basically just what it is. It's just the simple, like, Kino map of AW Zombies. It's just there, right? Nothing that I can really say for or against it. Number 58, we have the Shadowed Throne. This is just kind of one of those maps that I didn't really play a lot of. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I hated it at the start, because just the radio, trying to do the radio in solo, I absolutely hated that at the start of the game. But, yeah, there's that. What else? I don't know. I really don't have... The Wonderbuss is, you know, it's an interesting wonder weapon. It technically has infinite ammo. That's really all I'm going to say about it. I don't know. That's all I can really say about that map. Next map, number 57, we have 5. Again, you either love it or you hate it. It's okay to play in solo, but whenever you try to play it co-op, that's a yikes. I don't really hate 5, it's just I'm just kind of indifferent about it. Like, if I'm going back and playing Black Ops 1, I'm probably not playing 5 first attempt, or first go, you know? Like, if I'm going back into playing Black Ops 1, I'm not playing 5 first. Sticking with some BO1, we got Dead Ops Arcade 1. Now, I like Dead Ops. My problem is just that, Dead Ops 1 has a lot of... It's just the pre-patch things. Like, there's a lot of things that Dead Ops Arcade 2 kind of fixed in it that just would have benefited Dead Ops 1. So, it's just the fact that Dead Ops 1 just has... You know, it's just there, right? It was just kind of the testing ground, basically. That's basically how Dead Ops started. It was just a testing map. And then it just turned into something else. But Dead Ops 1, you know, it's okay, but... It could have been so much more. Number 55, we have Nuketown Survival. So, with Nuketown, it's just kind of... You never know how you're going to be able to play the map. Like, you can get Jug round 5, you can get Jug round 25 or 20, whatever, it doesn't matter. Absolute yikes. I probably would have put this higher a little bit ago, but I don't know. Bias. Dead Ops 3 and Black Ops 5. Here's that bias coming in again. I don't know. I don't like Nuketown anymore. I don't know what it is. It's just... You know, it's very hit or miss when it comes to me and simplistic maps, I guess. So right above Nuketown, I put Town Survival. Again, it's just the simple map. It's the overrated simple map that everyone just likes because they don't like transit. And that's just kind of how I feel about that. Number 53, we have USS Mount Olympus. And I pretty much said this at the beginning. If I said this at the beginning of World War II, if there was one map that didn't have whistlings on it, it would ultimately be the best map on World War II. And I was almost correct, you know? Like, I like USS Mount Olympus. It's a pretty okay survival map, but it's like, you really do need the, like, you're going to be if you don't get the specific weapons on, like, a somewhat low round, you are going to be struggling. Like, I don't really mind the bombers on the map. I like that there's no whistlings. I like that there's no round 10 boss. It's just survival. That's all it is. The way to get the thing unlocked to Pack-a-Punch the Ripsaw on the Tesla gun is pretty simple on the map compared to... that's a yikes, but yeah. That's what I'm going to say about that map. Number 52, we have Shaolin Shuffle. Now, the thing about Shaolin Shuffle is a lot of people just hate the map. We're not talking about Easter egg here, okay? We're not talking about following the badly programmed rat. We're not talking about Morse code. We're not talking about checking 13 spots or whatever it is for a symbol that only appears one at a time. We're not talking any of that. We're not talking about the demon language. We're not doing that. We're talking about just the map itself. So the map itself is very much hated for, number one, the Easter egg, and number two, how broken the ninja zombies are. And I've said this time and time again, the ninja zombies are a check to just how overpowered the wonder weapons are. Like, cause even just talking about the nunchucks, the sword is obviously godly. Like, the sword is basically, or the katana, you pack a punch at once, and you have 21 shots of just full horde wipe. And then you can double pack it to get 21 more shots of full horde wipe. So the other thing is, obviously, if you do the Easter egg, then you get said overpowered wonder weapon for free. Or technically for free. Like, obviously, if you've done the Easter egg before, you can buy it for 10k every single time and just keep... Basically, instead of weapon swapping, like spinning the box, just trying to get the wonder weapon over and over again to get more ammo. You can't directly rebuy it off the wall, but you can literally just go purchase the UDM and get it again. So if you manage to do the Easter egg, then you can get said wall buy for free. So yeah, there's that. So and this kind of brings in, like, the katana is so overpowered, but it's like, if the ninja zombies just didn't exist. Imagine Shaolin Shuffle, but the ninja zombies just didn't exist. It would literally be the easiest map in the game. The ninja zombies are, intentional or not, a check to how just overpowered the wonder weapons are. And even the nunchucks. The nunchucks are good until about, like, round 50-something, because they regen your health upon zombie kills. That's good. So, like, even once they stop being a one-hit, they're pretty much useful until they become a 2-hit, 3-hit. Because it stuns the zombies, and it regens your health whenever you get a kill on them. So it's like, yeah, there's that. So, Shaolin is just kind of overhated. That's really what I'm going to say about that. 51, we got the Black Ops 1 version of Shinonuma. I really don't have much to say about the Black Ops 1 version. It's just there. The World at War version is superior, but, like, you know, there's nothing necessarily wrong with the Black Ops 1 Shinonuma other than, like, you know, the weapons. Like, we're also dealing with, you know, Black Ops 1 weapons being such a yikes. But, yeah, there's that. Alright, next map, number 50. We have the Alpha Omega Gauntlet. So, this is the thing. I like the Alpha Omega Gauntlet better than the actual map. Like, the Alpha Omega Gauntlet is better than the actual map. Just think about that. Because in the Gauntlet... Wait. Oh, never mind. I was thinking... Oops. Let me restart that. I was thinking the Rush. My bad. So, with the Gauntlet, I still like the Gauntlet better than the actual map, but I don't really have much to say about it. Random guy who comes into chat like Kino. This is... Oof. How do you put attachments on your MR6 to 1911? So that's a big oof there. But yeah, so the Alpha Omega Gauntlet is the one... Really the one that I played in public matches. It was somewhat okay. Not really. I'm just kind of indifferent about it. It's probably like, you know, it's almost dead center. So I don't really have anything to say for or against it. It's okay. You know, better than the actual map, but not by much. Number 49, we have Voyage of Despair. Not really caring about the Easter egg, like we're saying. So Voyage of Despair, I thought it was going to be, you know, just... It was so interesting when it first dropped and whatever, you know. The concept was there, but it's like the gameplay just kind of no. I don't, like, hate it, but, like, when compared to some of the other maps, it just falls flat. That's really all I'm going to say about Voyage. 47, we got the 9 Rush. You know, 3-hit system, good memes, tigers, enemy spam, stuff like that. combine tigers and just everything where you're just kind of stuck in one place, one room, whatever. Tigers and all the gladiators and stuff like that in a small room with only a 3-hit system, and you have a recipe for disaster, and that is the 9 rush. So good memes on that. Number 46, we have Town Grief. It's the one grief map that pretty much everyone plays. People are toxic in Grief now, but like whenever you can find a game of Grief, it's okay. It's probably the only Grief map that you can actually find a lobby on nowadays, except for maybe Cell Block, but it's like, Grief sweats are toxic. That's all I'm gonna say. The Grief sweats that play Grief nowadays are toxic. That's really all I'm gonna say. Number 45, we have the Blood of the Dead Gauntlet. Again, don't really have... yeah, let's bring it up. Forces you to get the Hell's Retriever. RIP Wraithfires. At least it doesn't force you to get the Hell's Redeemer. You have to get the Spork, which the Spork melee in and of itself is so broken. But we'll save that for when we actually get to Blood of the Dead. What else? Oh yeah, round 30 is to survive in the Warden's house, so that's fun. That's really all I'm going to say about that. Number 44, we have World at War Derice. Now, I believe that is actually the first Derice here. So, I have to put it this low just because of the broken Wonderwaff. That's kind of the thing. Like, if it were, you know... Like, I like World at War Derice. I still have yet to get the Pack-a-Punch challenge done, so rip that. Oh yeah, make your controls inverted. That's totally a thing, but... Yep. Sadly, I do have to put World at War Derice from a gameplay perspective. It's just the fact that the Wonderwaff is broken, just it kind of makes the weapon unusable, and it's just... Literally imagine there is a gameplay feature that there's a weapon that you just can't use because the game is broken, and then obviously how the zombie AI is. Like, and you'd think, like, you know... How come the Wonderwaff works perfectly fine on World at War Shinonuma, but it doesn't on Derice? It doesn't make sense. Number 43... Wait, where's Descent? Hold up here. Did I skip something? I might have skipped something. One second here. Did I skip something? So there's 92. Oops. I totally did skip Descent. It was probably just something where I was kind of repositioning it before and just forgot to put it back in, so that's an oof. So, number 44 is going to be Descent. So that's an absolute oof there. I just don't like Descent. I don't know, everyone thinks it is, like, I don't know, people want to say that it's better than Carrier, but I hate it. I hate just the pauses that it does, like, to force you to get teleported to the Oz boss fight. And then the little break-in. It's just a break-in gameplay, and I just don't really like it. That's kind of my one turn-off of the map, is just the fact that it does that. So that is an absolute oof there. And that is why I say Carrier is better than the Descent. Number 43, we finally have reached Dead of the Night. We're not talking about the Easter egg, so good memes of that. How many times have I said that so far? Like, I think I've only gotten the Trident, like, once on Descent, let's be real. It really shows, like, how much I really have, or how much credibility I really have to be able to make this list. So, it's a good meme. So, 43, we got Dead of the Night here. And, you know, Alistair's Folly, it's okay. The map nowadays, it's okay. Like, if this were, like, pre-patched, then absolutely Dead of the Night would be so much lower. But since they kind of made it so the Crimson Nosferatus are pretty much non-existent now, like, they don't really spawn, like, Nosferatus are still annoying. So, yeah, it's like, why do the Spork Knife? Why do... It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, that's the one map. We also got, like, the... What did Reed say? Like, 50 plus, like, part locations on the map? So that's a thing as well, right? There's, like, 50 plus part locations on the map. Pretty much need silver bullets to do anything on the map. Imagine silver bullets actually working with the Hellion Salvo, but, you know, different topic, different day. Imagine the wonder weapon of every map being the Hellion Salvo, but, you know, good memes. So, there's that. Number 42, we have the Final Reich. And I like the Final Reich. It's just kind of the middle-of-the-road map. Like, you know, whistlings suck. That's just a World War II in general problem. Public matches are a yikes on this map because nobody knows how to upgrade any of the Tesla guns. But, like, it's still a good map. I like the Final Reich. The boss fight's okay. You know, it's not even really that much of an issue in solo. I know I said we're not talking about Easter eggs here, but, you know. My thing with the Easter eggs is, like, if it's not something that I would normally just do it in every game thing, it's like, kind of like Mob's Easter egg. Let's talk Mob's Easter egg for a second. So it's like, Mob's Easter egg isn't even really an Easter egg if we're being real. It's like one of those things that you pretty much, you know, do every single game. Like, majority of the time you're going to end up riding the plane 3 times in a row, and pretty much the only part of the Easter egg is actually entering in the numbers. So it's like kind of things like that, or it's like Origins, where you're pretty much going to, most of the time, upgrade the bows, or upgrade the stabs, or DE, upgrade the bows, you know? Even Moon to an extent, if you get all the stuff, or it's like Call of the Dead, you might as well do the Easter egg if the box manages to give you the VR11, or just things like that, right? That's kind of my reasoning behind whenever I talk about Easter eggs versus which Easter eggs I don't really talk about. So, number 41, we have Rave in the Redwoods here. And Rave is just kind of that simple map. A lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. I hate people that use the transponder glitch. It's the one thing that ruins public matches, because people are always just getting out of the map using the transponder glitch and going AFK. But, you know, a different story. Rave is kind of boring. Like, Acid Rain is an absolutely amazing wonder weapon, but, like, Rave is just boring. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's boring. So, yeah. Really, I probably should have put the Final Reich above, well, whatever. Number 40 here, we got the Alpha Omega Rush, and it is sad when the Rush works better than the actual map itself. Whenever you play the Alpha Omega Rush, the Pack-a-Punch stays open forever. So, like, you don't have to do this BS with the turning the dials, you don't have to do any of that. The Rush literally works better than the actual map itself, for solo at least. The only problem is that it's a 3-hit system because Rush never got updated, like, you know, after the start of the game. So, like, it's literally just sad that the Rush works better than the actual map. Number 39 and 38, we have Shangri-La on the Black Ops 3 version and then the Black Ops 1 version. There's not really much of a difference between the two, other than the fact that just Black Ops 1 Shangri-La, the Baby Maker, works better. And then obviously you have PhD and Mustang and Sally. And that's really the main difference between the two. Number 37, we have the Tagger Totem Gauntlet. Don't really have much to say about this. You end up doing the Easter egg as the final round. I don't really have much to say about this one. It's just kind of an easy, quote-unquote easy-ish gauntlet. I can't really think of any BS round that's in it. And then kind of same thing with the Ancient Evil Gauntlet. I can't really think of anything that's necessarily, like, annoying in this gauntlet. But that's going to be that. Number 35, we have Carrier, the best AW Zombies map. And a lot of people just don't like the whole search and destroy bomb thing. I'd rather deal with that than having to deal with just the break in gameplay when it comes to the Oz. It's just... AW was meant to be a fast-paced thing. That's... I don't know. If you have the Mayhem, it's like you're probably going to get the Mayhem anyways, so it's like, you know... the Hellion Salvo 0.5. Hellion Salvo in training, but whatever. I don't know. I like Carrier. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's just kind of the one map on AW that I actually like. I don't even really like Outbreak that much. I don't know. So, yeah, moving on. We got Zetsubo Noshima 34. Yeah, it's Zetsubo. That's all I'm going to say. It's Zetsubo. Playing the map normally, obviously you can do a bunch of things. You can get imprint plants, you can do the Easter egg, free perkaholic, cool, good memes. It's one of those things where, you know, I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thrasher is not really that annoying. Underwater, pretty cool. Number 33, we have the Blood of the Dead Rush. So, the Blood of the Dead Rush is probably the best rush out of all of them, and it pretty much only works if you just don't play the map normally. Pretty much, if you just never go to the catwalk, the Blood of the Dead Rush is fun. And you probably saw that I got like, I don't know, 1,000, or I got my multiplier up to 1,000 just doing that. So, that's a good meme, isn't it? What else? Okay, so yeah, that's all I gotta really say about that one. Just don't play the map normally, and the Blood of the Dead Rush is more fun than the actual map. Number 32, finally getting into our last little section here. Home stretch, I guess. Number 32, we got the Black Ops 3 version of Kino der Toten, of Overrated der Toten. So it's like, whenever you're playing a public match of this, it's just, you're pretty much playing, and this is kind of a thing with all of the Chronicles maps, or all the maps in general, but you're pretty much playing Copyright Notice Roulette when it comes to the fire sales. You are playing Bad Perk Roulette, because somebody's probably going to drop either an On the House or a Raindrops on round 1. True story, by the way. Some kid pops a Raindrops on round 1, pops both of them. I get Stamina Up and Deadshot, and because obviously I run nothing but classics, that just instantly screwed me over right there. So that is my hatred for Gobblegums in a nutshell. But other than that, you know, it's just big overrated. That's all I'm gonna say. The Black Ops 1 version is a little bit better. Number 31 and number 30, we have Last Gen the Giant, and then Current Gen the Giant. This is kind of the one where the Current Gen, Last Gen thing doesn't really make a difference. Last Gen the Giant is patched enough so that the Wonderwaff works properly. It's patched enough so that Deadwire works properly. The only real difference between the two is that you have, is the zombies' movement, obviously, and the fact that there's no RPK, no M14. That's really the only difference between the two. And the graphics, obviously, but we're not, you know, good memes. We're not talking about that. I guess the one thing that Last Gen the Giant does have on current gen is the fact that it's got the pre-patch ammo count, so the 48 Dredge does have over 1,000 ammo in reserve, so that's a thing. That's kind of the one-up thing that it does have, so I suppose that makes camping on the catwalk a little bit more viable when using the Dredge. But obviously, the Dredge, you're using 6 bullets at a time, so good memes, but there's that. Number 25, or number 29, we have the Black Ops 1 version of Derice here. And really, this is kind of one of those, I like the Black Ops 1 version of Derice the best. Rip to the Wonder Waffle World at War, that's kind of why it's like all the way down there compared to this. Oof, and it has the Annihilator. Imagine, Annihilator that fits the map. Yeah, the Black Ops 1 version of Derice is kind of the best of the, all the versions of Derice. That's a big yikes there. All I'm really going to say about that. However, it is quite annoying whenever you're playing in a public match and you can literally hear the trench gun from the other side of the map. That's a good meme. But, yeah, anyways. Moving on. Number 28, we got the Classified Gauntlet. Again, just another simple gauntlet. This is the gauntlet that I'll use if I manage to get the touring gauntlet thing on Black Ops 4. It's just there. It's literally just the simple gauntlet completion. There's nothing really too annoying about it. I mean, sure, the one where you have to survive 5 minutes and 55 seconds and get 55 trap kills, it's kind of annoying. The one where you have to move the box 6 times or whatever, that is really annoying, but other than that, there's nothing really just super, like, BS in it. Number 27, we have the World at War version of Shinonuma. The best version of Shinonuma so far. And of course, it's the original. Good memes. It's the one where everyone gets to around 9,000 on. So, good memes on that. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about World at War Shinonuma. You'd probably never catch me going for that high of a round, or even around 100 or anything. I don't know. High round's big overrated. Number 26, we have a last-gen version of Der Eisendrache, which really is kind of the easier version, except for the Panzers. The Panzers on last-gen Der Eisen are such just tanks. Like, last-gen Der Eisen is fun. I kind of think the Easter egg's a little bit easier. Obviously, the boss arena's all lit up. You have the last-gen, or you have Haymaker Blast Furnace. Obviously, you have the Courtyard, which is actually larger on last-gen than it is on current-gen, so it kind of makes it easier to actually train in that area. You have Haymaker Blast Furnace, and then on top of that, you have the Wolf Bow. I believe the Wolf Bow is actually better on last gen as well. But you have the little visual glitch where if you shoot Blast Furnace and then swap to the Wolf Bow, it does that little animation that kills the entire horde. It's just a funny visual glitch, but you know, it's actually useful. You have pre-patch. The trap is pre-patched, so you can run straight through the electric trap without getting shocked if you have the Wolf Bow on. So, that's a thing as well. You don't need in plain sight to do the skeletons thing. But, I don't know, with all that, I'm still not just about to put the, about to put the last gen version above the current gen version, so it's just kind of still down here. Just because of the normal, like, last gen pre-patch zombie AI. But really, other than that, I do like the last-gen version of Der Eisendrache. Number 25, we have Dead Ops Arcade 2, and just kind of what I was saying about the Black Ops, or the BO1 version of Dead Ops, it's just, Dead Ops 2 fixed so many things that were wrong with Dead Ops 1. Like the fact that if you Like, obviously, in Dead Ops, you can only have 9 of each thing. While it's still annoying to get more nukes if you already have one, you could just use one. But, like, if you get extra lives, if you were to get extra lives on Dead Ops 1, then it would just be a waste. Like, you wouldn't get anything. But if you have 9 lives already on Dead Ops, and then you hit the points thing where you would get another life, then it would give you something. It would like, whether it give you a tank or a wraith or whatever it be, or just spawn in some helpful AI, it gave you something, unlike Dead Ops 1. Obviously, the fates are a little more balanced. Like, the chicken one was just so annoying to get on Dead Ops 1, but if you got it on Dead Ops 2, it at least upgraded your BRM to where it's permanent purple skull. The feat is still just kind of the most sought after. The Death Machine one is still good. And actually, they changed it up to where if you get the Death Machine one, then all the power-ups last longer. Well, while on Dead Ops 1, that was just Fortune and Fortitude that would do that, where on Dead Ops 2, it's just the Fortune one. So, if anything, that one got a little bit of a nerf. But other than that, that is Dead Ops Arcade 2, and I still haven't beat the Cosmic Silverback on all of them because the dogs are still super overpowered. Oh, that's a yikes. Like, I like to say that I'm good at Dead Ops, but, like, I still haven't even gotten to the Cosmic Silverback once. So, am I really good? No. Number 24, we finally have Blood of the Dead. We're not talking about the Easter egg. We're not talking about any Morse code. So when it comes to the map itself, yes, the catwalk is annoying. I've just kind of learned to just look the other way when it comes to it. I don't care. I hated just the whole concept of it. I hate the map flow. But, like, once you actually do get the entire map opened up, it's not terrible. Obviously, you can literally just camp in China Alley for just rounds on end, or you can camp next to the Auger DMR, best weapon in the game, aside from, you know, the Hellion Salvo, the actual wonder weapon, the best non-wonder weapon in the game, I should say. Or you can just camp by the trap in spawn, or whatever, or not spawn, but you know what I mean, the blade trap. There's a couple of spots that you can just... But since it's BO4, you can't even really train to begin with, so it's like camping is really the only option, but, you know, it is what it is. If you're not caring about the Easter egg, Blood is okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 23, we have Tagger Toten. Just literally imagine, sit in one place, get to high round with 3 wonder weapons, so good memes. Not even really going to say anything. Like, we're not even caring about the fact that we're not caring about the Easter egg. How many times have I said that already? We're not caring about this is the end of the Ether storyline. Who cares? Okay, you're playing as Marlton. Good memes. We're just looking at the map. And you know what? You know what's a good meme? The fact that your heat pack covers your shield and your HUD. So that's it. Okay, good memes. Number 22, we have the Black Ops 1 version of Moon. So really, I think that this is the only version in the Chronicles that's actually better than the original. Like, just for the fact of you can actually do the Easter egg solo. I mean, I know what I said, we're not talking about the Easter egg, but, like, I feel like Moon is kind of the exception here. You know? Like, I don't know. That's all I'm really going to say about the Black Ops 1 version. Number 21, I probably should have changed this one up, but I still have Bodega Servantes up here, which is the first survival map in World War II. So I believe that is the highest ranked World War II map. All I'm really going to say about this is, you know, it's a simple survival map. It's really open to training, but it's like, I am going to say that the box location is terrible. Like, really, Bodega's box location is literally the worst box location in all of Zombies. That's kind of the one thing that kind of holds it back. And it does have whistlings on it, so it's like whenever I was trying to do that Pack-a-Punch challenge, I was like 5 weapons away, and it was like already above like around 40 something. It's like every single time I was going for that box, I was like at least losing 2 things of armor. So it's like, it is literally the worst box location. And obviously, since it's World War II, you can't really save a zombie. But yeah, that's that map. The thing to do in solo, or the duck hunt thing that you do in solo, that's a yikes. If you can't do that at like round 3, it's already over, and there's like no way that you can actually get that thing done. Alright, final 20 here. We're finally getting into, alright, so yeah, number 20. We have the Black Ops 1 version of overrated Dirtoten. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's just, it's overrated. It's just the simple survival map that everyone latches onto because it's their first map, or it's the overrated map. That's all I'm going to say. Number 19, we have Buried. I feel like when it comes to kind of these top maps, I don't really have anything to say because I've just been kind of pointing out the negatives for most of these maps, but like, I don't know. Buried is kind of a campy map, and I like training. So, like, whenever you try to actually train on Buried, it's probably not necessarily the best. And that's probably what kind of brings it down a little bit for me. Number 18 and number 17, we have Ascension, Black Ops 1, followed by the Black Ops 3 version. The only real difference here is Double Tap 2.0, and the monkeys are definitely easier to kill. Other than that, they pretty much play exactly the same, so I kind of just put them back to back here. Number 16, we have the Black Ops 4 overrated map, which is 9. That's, you know, I don't really like 9 all that much. I don't say it's a bad map. I understand that it's a good map. It's kind of the only map that really works with the Black Ops 4 perk system. So, like, literally the map was built around the perk system. Enemy spam is just annoying. The amount of gladiators and catalysts and tigers, all of that's really annoying, but it's like at the same time, this is the map you go to play on if you need the camo challenges. Like, if you need to get heavy enemy kills, you go play 9 because of the amount that it spawns. Number 15, we have GK. I really don't like GK. I think it's super overrated, mainly for the Easter egg. I feel like you literally just get hit so fast on GK, like, compared to the rest of Black Ops 3. That's just kind of the thing that I don't know, it's like the zombie AI is, like, different on GK compared to the rest, but pretty much, whenever I play GK, I pretty much just do the time attacks and never play the map, like, actually normal. So that's probably another thing that kind of just drags it down for me. Like, oh, you said something about my favorite map. Dislike. Yeah, JC's coming for me. Okay, yeah, JC's really gonna come for me whenever I say that number 14 is Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Now, I think this is another map that just kind of gets way too much hate. Like, whether it just be the bland coloring or whatever it be. I don't hate the map. I think it flows nice. Like, everyone just hates the MAD for whatever reason. I don't know. Like, the MAD's not even that bad. It's okay. It's an okay wonder weapon, you know? I don't really use the charge shots on it. Like, it seems to be okay whenever just doing single shots. I even think the single shots are just infinite killing. I tried kind of testing that a little, and it's like, I think I got like into the 60s, and the thing was still one-hitting just single shot, but it's like, what I will say is the MAD is good for just taking out the big Krogs, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So it's just one of those maps that gets too much hate because, like, I guess whenever people think about this map, they just think about the Easter egg and not the actual gameplay itself. So it's just kind of overhated. I don't know. Number 13, we have Origins for Black Ops 3. Probably should be a little lower now that I'm thinking about it, just with the amount of blue screens that I've had recently. But blue screens aside, the mud is just much worse on Black Ops 3 Origins. The buff to the Panzers kind of makes the MP40 look much weaker than it actually is, even though it literally does the same amount of damage as the Black Ops 2 one. A good meme that the 74U actually has a camo using the glitch on Origins when it doesn't on any other map. So I suppose that's cool. I can give the 74U an actual a fast mags and make it actually viable. Alright, number 12, we got the 9 Gauntlet. Overrated, that's, I don't know. Everyone always praises this 9 Gauntlet. But, like, the thing that probably drags it down a little is the 9 minutes one, the one round where you literally just have to run around in circles for 9 minutes until it's over. So that's a good meme, isn't it? Number 11, we have Ancient Evil. I feel like this is just kind of the Black Ops 4 map that, like, I understand how good of a map it is, but it's like, I don't play it that much. So, like, that's probably the thing that stops me from putting it any higher, is because, like, sure, it might be an S-tier map, but, like, I don't play it enough. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Like, if I play BO4, I'm not playing Ancient Evil. I guess my one gripe that I can say about the map is that you should be able to get an infinite amount, you should be able to get more than just 2 perks just from using the challenges. You should be able to get more than just, like, I get that it just kind of randomly cycles through rewards that you can possibly get from epic rewards, but, like, you should be able to get more than just 2 perks on the map. I guess that's kind of my one complaint about it. It's good that you don't have to sit through the Pegasus animation anymore, you can just skip that, so that's the thing. Alright, here we are, finally into the top 10. So, for the top 10, wait, where is... Oh, never mind. Okay, so, top 10. Number 10, I have Classified, the best Black Ops 4 map, in my opinion. It's kind of one of those things. What do you mean Camo Glitch didn't fix it? That's what I was saying, it did. For the Black Ops 3 Origins thing, it worked. It worked for me on the Origins, or the 74U worked with the camo thing on Origins when it didn't for the other maps. I don't get it. But yeah. Number 10, we have Classified. And, you know, forget what people want to say about just the fact that, oh, I wish the Pentagon thief was here. Blah, blah, blah. No, I don't care. Like, I actually like that they included Groom Lake. I like that you can just, if you just keep doing that, you can clear the area out to have a good training area if you just keep going 3 rounds at a time. And you can clear the area out of the boxes and get a bonfire sales from that. Like, the bonfire sales themselves aren't really that useful in that, apart from, like, the first or maybe the second one. But, like, what that accomplishes is really just opening up the area, and obviously you get a max ammo from doing it, but yeah, that's kind of what I have to say about that. It just kind of made Classified actually possible to survive in, or more so than 5, actually giving you room to breathe. Like, I know a lot of people like 5 for just the challenge, but, like, with BO4 especially, I played so much Classified compared to every other map, especially at the start. Classified served its purpose to just kind of, like, make it so that I didn't just fall off of BO4 to begin with, because it was just that simple map. It was that familiar feeling of zombies. It's like, you know, Blood of the Dead was, you know, hated at launch, and then 9 is praised for whatever reason, and then Voyage is Voyage. My voice is dying. Number 9, we have Revelations. You know, this is the map where you go on. If you want to just feel super overpowered, this is the map you go on. Whatever people want to say about the Easter egg, we're not caring about the Easter egg, the amount of times I've said that already, but I like just going on this map. You like just going on this map feeling overpowered. You have a radio. You literally have a radio with, what are we doing right now? We're literally just sitting in the Black Ops 3 main menu with some background music while I potentially have some B-roll if I end up making this into an actual video. I don't know. But you literally have a radio and just training and knocked. That's all I do. Like, I know it's not really the strat for high rounds or anything, but I don't care about high round strats. I just want to have fun. And Revelations is that map to just go on, have fun, feel overpowered by holding 2 wonder weapons at the same time. Number 8, we have Call of the Dead. I kind of want to put this a little bit higher, but, you know, I just can't really... I don't know. This is kind of the point where it's like, you can kind of interchange, like, any of these maps. Kind of coming up with maybe these, like, top 7. Or maybe not the top 7, but you know what I mean. Especially the top 4, you can probably, like, interchange. The thing I'm going to say, but I'll get to that whenever I get to the number 4. But Call of the Dead. Number 8, Call of the Dead. So, with Call of the Dead, you know, first map to have 4 wonder weapons, blah, blah, blah. George kind of probably hinders the map a little bit more. Like, obviously, George was meant to not camp, and, you know... Everyone's seen Pat's video that he just made about this. I like Call of the Dead, but I can't really put it any higher. So, number 8's probably, you know, a good spot for it. Number 7, we have Shadows of Evil. This is just kind of one of those maps that I don't really play Shadows that much. I understand just how much of a god tier map it is. I just don't play it. You know, if that makes sense. Like, I can fully... respect and understand how much of a god tier map it is, but it's like one of those maps that I just don't really play. I suppose that's kind of my feeling with Ancient Evil. I respect it, I just don't really play it that much. And I really don't have much to say about Shadows of Evil. It's just kind of, it's got the same, I have the same thing whenever it comes to like the Afterlife and Mob of the Dead. Like, I have my ways of doing it, I have my ways of opening the map, and it just becomes like clockwork. Like, that's what Shadows of Evil is. It's clockwork. That's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on to the number 6. We have the Black Ops 3 version of Moon. Superior to the Black Ops 1 version. In just every way, except for the fact that Widow's Wine breaks windows, crashes the game, and the fact that you can't get the Bowie knife without breaking the windows, and the fact that the pads are... Yeah, there's a lot that's wrong with the Black Ops 3 version, but like, this is kind of contradicting my thing. But like, you can do the Easter egg in solo. You can get a free Perkaholic in solo, and it's just the thing of, you know, the normal Moon stuff, the normal everyday Moon stuff of getting QEDs before Gerst device, because that's my luck. Never the other way around, and never getting Excavator Pie, but. With all that, I still like Moon. It's just one of those relationships, I guess. So, number 5. Ooh, here come the pitchforks for this one, because we got Transit up in here. I like Transit. Fight me. So, everything that just everyone hates about Transit, oh, the fog, oh, the denizens, oh, it's such a trash map. It's like, if you've played Transit as much as I have, then it's like literally nothing bothers me about the map. Like, I can literally look past everything bad about the map because I know my way around the fog, because I know how to knife the denizens, because I know about the turbine strat, because I know how the turbine works. Literally, if you just know what I know about Transit, it is not. Like, it is just, you know? Whenever people just put Transit as literally like the worst map, it's like, when is the last time you played Transit? How many times have you played Transit? And I'm not even saying this is in an ironic, Transit's so bad it's good kind of way. I actually enjoy Transit because I know the ins and outs of the map. I know how the map works, so it's like, literally everything bad that people say about Transit, I know how to just literally reverse card it. But yeah, that's my thing about Transit. I will argue that Transit is a god tier map until just the end. Because it is. If you know how to play it, it's fun. Even in solo. Like, most of this is a solo playlist. I play a lot of Transit in solo. I know how to do this stuff. Okay. So here we are. We've finally gotten the number. We've finally gotten to the top 4, and this is kind of one of those things. If you probably already know the 4 maps that are missing so far. It's one of those things. It's like you can just constantly argue any place for each of these 4 maps. It's like most of, like taking even Spaceland out of this. It's like most of these top 5s are, it's either, alright, what is it? Where's he gonna put Mob? Where's he gonna put Horizon? Where's he gonna put Origins? You all know they're gonna be in the top 3, the top 4, whatever. It's just what order they're gonna be. But number 4, I am gonna put Drak. I like Origins better than Drak. I like my Wolf Bow, but like when it comes to Origins, I like Origins better, just because the fact that you can actually work for a Perkaholic. Like, I know that the Drak Easter egg isn't all that difficult to do in solo. But, like, you know, we're not talking about the East. Well, that's a big oof, but I don't know. I just feel like Origins just kind of works better than Drak a little bit. It's one of those things. It's like one day you'll feel Origins over Horizon, one day you'll feel Horizon over Origins, and then there's Mob of the Dead also shoved in here somewhere. But anyway, speaking of Mob of the Dead, we got number 3. We got Mob of the Dead. So I like Mob of the Dead for how much I like Mob of the Dead, and for how much of a clockwork thing I am with being super efficient with the afterlives and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I play the map the same way every single time. Like, I know I could probably say the same thing about Horizon. Like, you know, if I play Horizon Drak, I'm gonna get the Wolf Bow, or if I play Origins, I'm gonna get the Lightning Staff. You know that. It's like, if I play Mob of the Dead, I'm gonna get the Acid Gat and the Blunder Gat, and then just go train on the bridge for as long as I can. Yeah. It's just kind of one of those things. Like, I don't have a problem with Mob of the Dead. I like Mob of the Dead. But it's like I literally play the map the exact same way every single time, whereas at least when it comes to Horizon and Origins, there's a little bit of difference, because it's like I will take the same route every single time. I will do the same thing when it comes to shocking the afterlives, because I have my system, and I suppose the same can be said about Shadows of Evil. Like, I have my ways of opening up everything in one afterlife, one beast. And it's like, I don't hate Mob of the Dead, it's like I literally just play the map the same way every single time. So that's why I put it at number 3 and not number 2. So, number 2, here we go. The Black Ops 2 version of Origins is far superior to the Black Ops 3 version. Nobody can deny. Fewer blue screens. The MP40 is actually useful against the Panzer, even without double tap. That's really all I'm going to say about that. The stabs, more powerful. The elemental punches, they actually have, you know, elements. And even PhD has elements, and even though the fire PhD element is broken and it literally makes crawlers on insta-kill, no joke, it's still the fact that it was there. And then obviously you get the whole fire staff glitch for the Easter egg, but we're not talking about the Easter. It's a big oof. How much have I contradicted myself by talking about the Easter egg and then saying that I'm not talking about the Easter egg this game? But yeah, there's that. Yeah. But like, there is still so much to do in Origins. There's still so much that I have left to do in Origins. We just completed the Pack-a-Punch challenge on Origins, so that's a good meme. But it's like, compared to Mob of the Dead, I play Origins like even though the end goal is I'm gonna get the Lightning Staff, I don't always start with the Lightning Staff, you know? If I play Origins, for the most part, I'm gonna usually end up upgrading all the staffs, and then it's like, well, I've already done this so far, so I might as well do the Easter egg, you know? Which is kind of a little bit different than Horizon Drak, because even though I'll usually end up building all the bows, it's not really, you know? If that makes sense. Plus, you know, you can work for a Perkaholic. Like, forget this BO3 popping a Perka. You can actually work for a Perkaholic just in-game doing stuff, you know? You're gonna end up digging stuff up anyways, so you're gonna get the golden shovel anyways, so it's like, If you know the spots, you might as well just go for the Perka, right? And then, here we are, we finally arrived at the #1 spot. You already know my thoughts on this map. You already know that this is probably the one thing, this is probably the map where my channel started, to be honest. Like, this is probably just... Spaceland is a god tier map. Fight me. Spaceland is literally the best zombies map of all time. There is so much stuff that you can do on the map. There are so many weapons. There are so many viable weapons. Like, Spaceland over the rest of IW Zombies just prospered so much from the ability to just have multiple weapon variants. Like, you know, you got the Mauler Sentinel. The thing is like... And then you have the Arcanes. You have your 5 elemental Arcanes. And even though the Exquisite's clearly the better one, you can still kind of, you know, mix and match all around. But it's like, think about it. There are weapons. There are like weapons and variants in this game that are viable into the 50s, into the 60s, still one-shotting. World War II had a couple of weapons to do that too, but it's like... It's literally the one map where you could literally do so many things in one game. Like, you can play the map so... I feel like it is probably the one map where you can literally play just the most amount of ways. Like, there are so many viable weapon variants in that game. Combine that with the Exquisite, combine that with the Arcane Cores, combine that with Double Pack-a-Punch, combine that with Director's Cut, like, even without Director's Cut. The Brute isn't even that much of a problem, like, really. Most of the stuff you can just, literally, Rack 9, you can two-shot the Brute. Mauler, you can probably two-shot the Brute. KBS Longbow, you can two-shot the Brute. Like, if you think about the KBS Longbow, it's not even a variant thing. It's literally just that powerful on its own. Yes, Spaceland is definitely the most replayable map. That's what I'll say. Spaceland is the most replayable map, and it is probably... It's where my channel started, honestly. It's where my streams started. Like, my weapon testing series, it's where it started. Spaceland is where the weapon testing series started. And that's kind of my bias towards the map. But, you know, my bias is backed up just by how replayable the map is. Like, you know, I love Origins to death, I love Mob of the Dead to death, I love DE to death, I love Transit to death, but it's like Spaceland is just... It's got those extra layers of replay value that no other map really has. And that's why Spaceland is #1 here. And that's all I'm going to say. Mic drop there. That is our ranking of 92, because apparently I forgot one. But I caught myself. It's okay. I caught myself. I'm not like Dalek. When I miss something, I actually caught myself. Because I'm pretty sure Dalek forgot something in his list, but whatever. So that's all 92. 93, technically, if you want to include number 93 as the Black Ops 4 tutorial. But that is all 92 game modes, maps, all versions, everything in Zombies. My voice is dead, and you can definitely hear it. I don't know if I'm actually going to make this... Yeah. DE Mob and Origins fan coming. Yep, here it comes. Here come the dislikes. My voice is gone. I told you I don't have the lung capacity for any of this, but I don't know. Will I actually make this into a separate video? Maybe. I more just kind of went for this kind of... just to finally get this off my chest. Kind of know what I'm talking about half the time, and we've been streaming for 88 minutes, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, I more did this setup here because I can't really script videos. I don't know. I really feel like I can't script videos and just talk to no one. So this is kind of why I did this kind of... whatever. Yeah, that's going to be the end of that. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording here. Maybe I'll end up doing something about this or not. Yeah, I didn't even talk about the Neil challenges. So, omegalul, though. That's that. I suppose we can just do a quick Origins Pack-a-Punch challenge so that we can actually do something in this stream. I do have to change it to 92. I have to change my title to 92. Clickbait. We're probably going to blue screen here, so that's why I'm doing this. You know what? We're actually going to... The MP40 is what kind of broke us, so I think we're actually going to hold off on the MP40 to the last one. If we get all the way to the end and it blue screens on the MP40, I'm going to count that as a completion. So we're going to hold off on the MP40 to the very end. So let's go ahead and change our title to 92 because there are a total of 92. And you can kind of see how outdated the thumbnail is. I had this thumbnail from like... Okay, actually, let me go back and kind of get some context here. Let me give everyone some context here. Do I still have it? I don't know if I still have it. I don't think I still have it. Is it this one? I don't think it's this one. Hold on. No, it'd probably be this one, if anything. Let me just give some context here. Actually, let me get back to live chat so I can actually see what everyone's saying here. Oh, duh, right in front of me. So here's our context here. Let me go back and see like when I actually made this, because this is kind of gonna be our context here of why I did this. This was a video that I made like, I don't know how long ago. I need to see like when I actually made this video. So let me see when I made this video. November 7th, 2018 is when I made this video. So yeah, this was a long time coming. It's a really trash video, but like, whatever. I was just kind of working with what footage I had on my PS4, so it's like, which was barely anything. So, I don't know, this was literally back in the day whenever the ranking format was, you know, still in, not just the tier list. Like, so that's kind of the thing. This list was, like, made whenever the tier list, or before the tier list thing even came in. So, like, this video was, like, a long time coming. But yeah, it's a really trash video, to be honest. I literally just titled it just a video, because that's what it was. Like, and you can really see just kind of how old this is, because, you know, I don't have dark matter. I don't have a camo. So, like, you can really... And I believe this is, like, the only BO4 that's actually in it. Remember, we're not caring about Easter eggs. I don't actually know if I can get that clip though. And the guy saying, I'm guessing lightning or whatever he said. I don't know what you're talking about. That was total. You gotta remember, this was back when I was going for. I can't even say anything. I still play casually. That was back when I was going for camo challenges and stuff, so it's like, you know, that's literally what you had to do, is playing casual in order to make it so that the weapons were actually good. This was before I even had a variant, though. I didn't even have a variant for the SDK back when I'd made this. Like, I don't even know why I made this video, but just the overall fact of the fact of the matter is, like, I just put this at the end. Like, literally almost a year and a half later. Almost a year and a half later, just saying. That's our context here. That's our context. Alright, now to end off the stream, we're just gonna go for another attempt at the Black Ops 3 Chronicles Origins. Let's go ahead and clear our board here, because we totally got like 3 weapons upgraded that last game. Okay. So, we're gonna hold off on the MP40 until the very last weapon, because there's a good chance that the MP40 might be the thing that breaks our game, or maybe it just breaks after trying to pack a punch 4 times. Maybe that's a thing. Either way, this might not be long.
It began long ago, on the battlefields of the Great War. 2 Germans...
Alright, if my voice wasn't dead already.
What they could never have imagined.
Oh no, Shepherd of Fire played for literally half a second. It still won't let me skip, by the way. Alright, let's see how this goes with how dead my voice is after that. We literally, like, what, 88 minutes of just rambling on about nothing. I don't have the lung capacity for that. Like, think about that. We literally just rambled on about nothing for 88 minutes. And lawnmower noises have just copyrighted the streams.
Start up the conversion generators.
Alright, is the audio good? I changed it up since we're actually playing now.
So much to do.
Yeah, nope to that insta-kill.
The staffs, the opening of the gateway. I need to take these parts to a suitable work area.
Alright, good. Everything except for my voice is good.
These pieces fit together to form an additional means of defense.
Bet it was Gen 3, wasn't it?
Invulnerable
What?
to conventional weapons.
Excuse me? It opened in one shot? Fake? This is a fake stream.
The robot patrols the site. It allows nothing to leave.
Hey, what's up, Wolf? No, my voice is not good.
Initial test subjects failed to survive the purge sequence, hence the addition of the velocity compensator.
After 90 minutes of rambling, my voice is not good.
Wretched hands away from me! Max ammo. Well. Feeling generous, are we?
Oh, I still have to kill on Gen 2.
How am I meant to work when all around me I am beset by the voices of the damned and the dead?
Hey, it's not snowing yet, so I suppose that's something. Be able to actually get the entire map opened up before it starts snowing. Ooh.
I am being paranoid. You must remember Max's talk.
You really gonna get all these Windstaff parts early on? This is a fake game.
Excavation
Oh,
site is
never
up
mind.
ahead.
It wasn't even.
We'll see the undead in
well.
higher numbers.
It looked like it was the center robot from there.
Before his demise, Maxis grew obsessed with these recordings.
I even said it in the description. There's no way that I have the. I don't have the lung capacity for this. Ooh.
It is the transformative power of 115. It draws energy from matter, living or dead. Revolt! They will not survive! Don't any of them survive the blast. I feel stronger already.
Shield.
My work here is nearly at an end.
Oh, one more. There we go. Now we got enough points to open up.
You're toying with me, aren't you, Samantha?
Lex does round 100 attempts. Dalek, write that down, write that down!
Parts were lost forever. I was lucky this time. I know what else lies beneath.
Quick, write that down. Yeah, I don't know what this luck you speak of is. It exists only as a blue screen for me. Or the fact that there's probably no ice staff parts that are spawned in a church. And how the lightning disc is probably down in the wind tunnel. Yep, it is.
Throwing us a bone, Samantha. The robots say, "Are beautiful."
At least the zombies won't die out if they get stepped on. Well, look at that. It actually gave me all the ice staff parts for once. Ah, good. Fix my shield.
Can you hear me? Please, you have to help me. I'm trapped here. I just want to go home.
Start over. And we have a full shield.
When I have all the pieces, you will live again, my dear Maxis.
Alright, this time we're not doing that whole thing like we did last time. We're waiting until we get monkeys. We're not picking these up early. We're waiting until we get monkeys.
Do not become one of them.
Oh, that sucks.
Just as Maxis predicted. They think I am one of them.
I suppose that worked out.
the first I have killed. Will not be the last. Touch me! You die! I need something.
Just give me Monkey's first hit. That'd be nice. Oh, lol, I just needed one.
Need a reload! Fast!
Alright, once again, another round 6. Another round 6 on getting the G-Strikes ready to go. We can go ahead and get the Ice Staff. We could have gotten Mule Kick, or we could just spin the Wonder Fizz once and hit Stamina up at the same time. Because the chances of it giving me Mule Kick are, you know, so high, right?
My heart. The undead are all around. They are my allies. Their energy is being refocused. That's the other ancient objects. It will soon transform and change the world around us.
All right, let's not get Mule Kick right here.
Wonderfizz machine, ancient mysticism harnessed by our technology. Offers further means to aid our survival.
You have to help me. Please. There is a way to open the gateway. My father was so close. He said, you have to follow the steps.
Your twisted games mean nothing to me, Samantha. Get back! Grenade!
What am I doing? I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna hit the Gobble Gun, of course. Oh right, I need Mule Kick. That's what I'm doing. Oh well, I suppose that maybe I can finish this out. Not end round, maybe finish this out. Yeah, I can shoot the plane if I hit it one shot. I'm gonna get copyrighted by that lawnmower.
9! Stay back! I'm warning you! Do not stop until the process is complete! My strength is temporarily enhanced! Only when the others are similarly charged will it reveal its secrets!
Alright, rip to the Windstaff part, but we got enough for Mule Kick, that's what matters. Rip that double points. Upgraded trip mines, yeah, that's a yikes. Only on shadows.
Yet another remnant of Maxis's descent into madness.
No, no, you didn't find it.
They need to hear the songs.
Let's get this started.
Oh, right, I never did my full spill of all this. So, we have a total of 48 weapons and equipment, and a dead voice.
Another
So,
mysterious portion.
pack a punch slash
What
obtain.
purpose to this one?
Like it matters, though, we're gonna get a blue screen, and we already know it. If I can upgrade 4 weapons before blue screens, I'll call that a win. Because I think our record so far is 4 weapons without the game blue
The
screening.
staff parts are scattered across the site.
I'm trying to remember. The staffs of the ancients were lost. Your father made copies. You can find them. You can get me out. You can open the gateway to Agartha.
I will find the staff pieces, Samantha. I know their power will help protect me.
Father said the chambers were doorways, opened by the songs of the ancients. Harness the elements.
But it's okay, it's the Chronicles version. Zombies won't die.
It's one of the songs. It has to be.
Dies anyway.
Steps. One of Maxis's broken staff pieces. Initial test subjects failed to survive the purge sequence, hence the addition of the velocity compensator.
If we don't get a blue screen, that means we have to go to Moon. We have to go to Moon and throw a trip mine on on that window and see if it just crashes the game there.
Appearing all around us. It is but a fragment of the staff.
Gotta love this super sprinting zombie over here, though.
Maxis tried many songs before he discovered the key. Only with a crystal can the true power of the staff be revealed.
Would be nice if that robot would just, you know, be right there.
Clearly, we must have achieved something. We will traverse the battlefield from a position of relative safety.
Hey, at least I'm not using Mega Gobblegums, though. Like, imagine using Mega Gobblegums. Like, really, though.
I'm getting off. It is but a fragment of the staff. I'll not become one of you. Are you behind this, Samantha?
Conversion process interrupted.
The generator is fully operational. We can access the ancient device atop the mound. It provides a means to upgrade our weapons.
Oof.
This stuff is mine. Remains a mystery.
Watch, probably closed on me. It literally just closed right there. We still have to go through the fire tunnel, so that's why I did that.
This mud is
It legitimately just closed on me right there. But somehow I made it through. Okay, game. Definitely not going to get back to the fire tunnel in time, though. Actually, no, there were only 2 of them.
You're getting closer. So much closer.
Now this one's going to close on me. Oh no, good thing it's not BO2. Oh, never mind, that still works. Oh, that sucks.
I cannot stay here.
That's a
forever.
yikes. The tank still kills and ends round.
The siren is a rallying call to battle. The stabbed parts are scattered across the site. Feel the blood in your veins become ice. Maxis has broken staff pieces. They must
That's an oof, though.
focus.
Oh, right, duh. Slacking. Literally can't even see it. It doesn't matter if you can hit it, you can't even see it.
I don't know how, but you were so much closer than my father ever got.
Literally doesn't even render in unless you ADS.
I wish to keep this.
Oof.
I know this stuff holds great power. Be careful. This area is where the robot steps.
This must be a fake stream, because I keep opening the robot's feet in one shot.
At least we will be safe for a few moments. Initial test subjects failed to survive the purge sequence, hence the addition of the velocity compensator.
Yep, pre-recorded. Fake live comm. Yep. Pre-recorded stream, fake live comm.
I will keep this for now. So it begins.
Imagine the rock blocking my shot.
Your bravery will soon end my nightmare.
I also totally missed one.
The robot's route comes right through this area.
Lightning Staff Pro, by the way. Yep. Whatever, let's go hit the box. Get Speed Cola, hit the box. Get monkeys, please.
While this may well speed up my life, I can only hope that it does not also hasten my demise. Thank you.
It's a box weapon, I'll take it.
Please me
though.
greatly if you were to give me something better this time.
Which that's not a box weapon. At least I don't think it is.
Facing the undead hordes, I am in no position to refuse whatever you may
There
offer.
should be a wall weapon for this, or there should be a wall weapon spot for this somewhere. Oh, looks like I'm forced time around. See, how do I get stuck like that? Literally, how do I get stuck like that? I don't understand. I don't understand how I get stuck like that, like, all the time. I don't even know. Is there a wall weapon spot for this? Like, there should be, but, like, I can't tell you where it is. Has to be behind Gen 6. I don't know. Because that's a Cuda over there. That's our goose. MP40, there's nothing over there. Actually, yeah, there is. What's down in the lightning tunnel?
Barely move in this mud.
Is that a Vesper? No, it's an HVK. Well, it's nice to know that there's an HVK wall by, but...
Someone, please, help me.
There's no way that I didn't earn one. I swear if it's this bottom one down here, It's always the last one that I shot. Like, I swear, if I somehow just, like, didn't turn this one, or it's like, hey, good meme, by the way, you turned it the whole time. Or I can just, yeah, screw this. Oh, yeah, it is in the crazy place, isn't it? That was too good of a start of a game. Yeah, that probably makes sense, though, that it is in the crazy place. I'm garbage. Alright, no. Whatever, we're just gonna end stream then. I'm garbage. We're just gonna end stream with me being garbage and just showing that I literally have no place. No place, no reason, no just anything, no credit whatsoever for me to be able to rank all 92 maps, but I did, and it'll probably never become a map, or an actual video, let's be real, but whatever. That's the end of the stream. I'm trash, and, yeah, my voice is dead. Alright, ramble out. I don't know, I'm trash. That was bad.